What's up, peeps? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jen, and this terrible lighting is brought to you by Copper Cactus DIY. This is my home for all things furniture art, decorative painting, and faux finishing. However, today we're doing something a little different. I'm going to take you with me to the thrift store because I'm going to look for 3 pieces that I can flip for this new challenge called Summerween, hosted by my favorite ladies over at the Flippin' Bunch. Our task is to find these pieces for $25 or less, so I'm heading out to a couple of thrift stores that we just discovered recently. In fact, that video is coming out in a couple of weeks, I think, where I have some thrifted items that I flip, as well as finding a new printer stand for Mr. CC DIY's office. So if you're into thrift with me's, or furniture art, or thrift flips, or furniture refinishing, or faux finishing, or pretty much anything I do over here, don't forget to subscribe below. That way you will get all of the notifications. But I'm going to get out of this terrible lighting now and get into some much better lighting in the thrift stores. So let's get out of here. Morning. Good, thanks. How are you?
It's gonna be $5.88.
All right. Oh, some stuff was on sale.
I think almost all of your stuff was half off.
Love that.
Have a good one.
You too. Thanks. That's right. Everything was on sale. I love it. That was incredible. Sorry, Miley. Okay, that was an incredible score. Now I am heading to my second stop. That's cute. Whoa. There's a relic. That scale is a relic too, but oh my god, ashtray. I think I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna make this my paintbrush holder. $3.31. Can't not do it.
All right today, miss?
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, did you hear that? Did you hear that? I just got called a miss. Miss? I don't think I've been a miss since I was in my early 30s. Woo! Kid, you're my new best friend.
I'm doing good, thanks.
Fantastic. Glad to hear that.
Sure. And the fun. Thanks, you too.
Then the most me thing ever happened.
Of course I did. Okay. All right, here's the haul, the total haul.
I'm just so excited to get started on my pieces for Summerween, and then I have pieces for another video too, so make sure you're subscribed so you won't miss it. So the first thing I got is this terracotta pot and the base to go with it. I think they're a different, they weren't like a set, but they are now. You need to be cleaned. This one, also 99 cents, pink tag. It's like a particle board MDF bottom, but these are real wood, even though they're not the nicest wood in the world. But hey, it's solid wood, so it's supposed to have a lid. It doesn't. There are some issues inside. Got this small little wood box. These are those real thin, like balsa wood boxes. It looks nice. It's sturdy, and it was $1.99. I got this Art Minds wooden little birdhouse. It's cute. It's got like the little chimney. It's got a nice rope, honestly. You can't get in here. This is closed and sealed and whatnot, but $1.32 at the Goodwill. And I also got part of what I'm going to be using for this challenge, as well as a challenge that's coming up in the fall. And this all together was only $2.28 for this tablecloth. Not too bad. 1-ply paper tablecloth. It'll be perfect for decoupage. I can pull things apart as needed, and I can cut out little characters or little parts and stuff. Should be cute. This one's getting cleaned like really fast. Oh wait, I forgot. The most important one. Oh boy. So this sort of spins. They kind of work. This is connected with nails. Most of this is just tied on and can easily be removed. And it was, hopefully you can see that price. If not, it's $3.31 for this piece. Everything needs cleaning. I started the cleaning by using disinfecting wipes, and I used quite a number of these for this, but the grunge and grime was coming off no problem. Doing this allows me to take off the tags, assess any issues, and, really just kind of like get in there and make sure all the grunge is gone. Then I get started on this bunny buggy. Sometimes, can just take your frustration out on a thrift flip, right? I don't really know what I'm frustrated about right now other than this thrift flip, but whatever. Feels good to cut something apart. And now I can clean this thing.
Okay. While that soaks, these can dry. With everything dry, I started on painting, and I'm starting off using this midnight color chalk paint on the inside of the oval box. Then I used a tan craft acrylic to give one solid coat to the entire birdhouse. And while those dried, I used my favorite black chalkboard paint to give a solid coat to the inside and outside of this little square wooden box. Everything dried, and I did a second coat of everything off camera. With the inside of the oval box dry, I moved on to the outside, and I'm using Set Coat from FAUX in the color white to give two solid coats to the entire box, the lid, and the base. I'm gonna do that second one off camera though. To accomplish the ween part of Summerween, I'm creating a bunch of accessories from air dry clay. This will actually be to my detriment because this type and brand of clay isn't exactly the strongest substance, and I prove that time and again while I break and glue a bunch of pieces as I paint them. The one piece that I managed to keep whole is this ghost. I'm calling this dude Spooky, and you'll have to hang 10 to see how I finish it off. It's totally rad. I made the rest of my clay accessories and left most of those to dry for about 3 full days. About halfway through this project, I realized that I should have used cardboard for most of these pieces. Oh well, notes for next time, I guess. For this little white box, I want to do something cute with these spiders, and from this tablecloth that's very Halloween-y, and this was only $2.28, so not too shabby. But I want to open it and see what's going on. If it's all just this pattern, or if there's more. Pretty big too. Oh yeah, it's all this pattern. So there's some that's like on the ends that has this extra raised thing. I'm gonna try to just get little spiders from the middle here where it's not, where it doesn't have that weird folds or anything like that. So all right, I'm gonna get started cutting this all up, and then I'm using a mix. It's about a 1-to-1 of an Elmer's school glue, just a regular old like PVA glue, and water, and I will use that to decoupage this on here. I'm putting you into high speed for that though. While the base of this little oval box dried, I got started on the top of the box. I'm not using the spiders up here. I am going to use some of those little clay pieces that I made earlier in the small gray mold, if you noticed that in that clip. These were still slightly damp when I actually glued them on, and I'm using Titebond Quick and Thick to adhere them. It took me about 5 full minutes to get these lined up correctly and make sure that everything was flat as I could get it. Even if that meant I had to crack a few little parts of it, that was fine. I just filled that in with some glue and made sure that everything lined up correctly where I wanted it. You're gonna have to leave a comment and let me know what you think this box is going to become. But you have to leave that comment before the end of the video, so get down there and leave a comment now. And while you're running around the homepage of this video, you can also check out the description where I have a link to my book titled You Classy Beach. As you all probably know by now, I am a summer girl. I consider myself a mermaid who was just born on land. Anyway, this book is TMI about my life and my debauchery on various beaches around the world. So if you're into that kind of thing, it's only available in paperback, and it's only available on Lulu. I will leave a link down in the description. After cleaning up the squeeze out, I left this to dry, and then I realized that I had forgot to make some accessories for this not so ordinary rabbit. With all my parts and pieces created and the paint on everything dry, I finally could get on with painting all of these accessories. This is what you waited for, peeps. The place where summer and Halloween become one glorious mashup of over 18 colors and a whole lot of weird. I filmed all of this in time lapse because this took the better part of 4 hours for me to do everything, including all of the hand painting. Worth it! Any guesses on what all of this is gonna become? If you're here for the live premiere, you need to leave your guess in the chat box. Now, I'm gonna go do what Sublime told us to do and crank up the beach jams. That way, you can vibe with me while I paint.
So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.
So I have a confession to make, and spooky is actually Spooky 3. Spooky is based on a concrete pour that I did of this exact thing a long time ago. I'll actually link to that video down below. This was way long ago before I even started my furniture refinishing channel. I was doing like a crafting channel and it was called something weird and it's already had a name change. And anyway, I poured one of these for myself and I created one for my sister. We are the only people in existence that I'm pretty sure have these because they're the only two I've ever poured. And now I'm trying this out of air dry clay. I will say that in the future, I 100% will pour these out of concrete again. Much more stable, much sturdier, and much easier to actually glue together. Air dry clay, it does not like to accept glue. But I persevered anyway and got the paint done on this puppy, and then I moved back onto the bunny. I painted one thin coat of the same white craft acrylic that I used for Spooky on all parts of the bunny. I wanted the original artist's work to still be seen, but to be filtered. And goal achieved. The white also helps to freshen up the rabbit, which is good considering it's no ordinary hare. This piece isn't specifically for the Summerween challenge. That's going to be for the 3 wood pieces in this video. That's my actual entry, but this is just morbidly weird enough that I kind of felt like it fit right in with this video. All right, I'm praying this is going to work. If this falls off, I do have a backup plan that I made out of cardboard, exactly the same look and stuff. So if this ends up falling off, at least I've got that as a backup, which I will just hot glue on to the other piece of cardboard if needed. So it'll look pretty much the same, but if you do see it looks slightly different, that's why. I'm going to move on to all the other things I have to E6000, but I'm also going to use some hot glue on the other ones. While I finish with these birds and the other touches, I want to take a second to again thank Kat, Dar, Crystal, and Levon over at the Flippin' Bunch for hosting this challenge. I love a good thrift flip. Like I said earlier, I have 2 more coming up soon, but this one was right after my cold black mermaid heart. Jokes aside, though, you all already know that I love the beach, and well, Halloween is way up there on my favorite holiday list as well. I mean, costumes, candy, all the rest, what's not to love? This challenge was just what I needed to tap into a new creative place, perhaps with my third eye. And I'm riding the wave all the way to the before and after shots. They're coming up in a minute, so stick around. That's all the work I've got for today, though, so thanks for being here and watching. Later, peeps. Please stay upright. That's all I ask.
Remember this little terracotta pot? Well, would this little terracotta pot be a sizable enough size for you?
For one plant, yeah, I would think so.
Great!
Okay, so the final cost breakdown. I spent on pieces for this challenge, including that tablecloth that is not really a piece, but it definitely got bought at the thrift store too and got used in this challenge. That total was $6.58. If you add up the other 2 things, well, 3 pieces really, the 2 pieces of terracotta and the ridiculously rabid rabbit, and add those in, my total came in at $11.87. Woohoo!